In this world, the great evolutionary clock seemed to turn backwards, in such a way that placed in the rainforests, grasslands, and mountains of this Miocene South America, you would be excused for thinking that you had stumbled all the way back to 65 million years ago. For millennia now, creatures such as these, known broadly as geoliths, have roamed these lands. Bulky, lithovorous creatures known for their diets consisting of inorganic matter and minerals, along with their thick hides and general hardiness. The size and thick mineralized hides of the various geolith clades forced predators to grow. Predators such as this, a rudimentary member of the Lithoprimo genus. These descendants of terror birds met the geolith problem head-on. Natural selection favoured larger individuals, better able to take on the abundant bulky geoliths. To accommodate their size, their limbs thickened and their tails lengthened, as those with longer tails could keep balance easier and therefore hunt with greater success. Neck and jaw muscles strengthened exponentially, along with the development of greater bone structure underneath the carotid sheath of their beak, aiding in a woodpecker-like strike able to damage the thick hides, osteoderms and shells of their prey. Speaking of woodpeckers, Lithoprimo ictus has adapted many convergent traits with the aforementioned birds. Though their prey is not a collection of grubs hidden away in a tree, no, their prey is hidden beneath layers of shell or osteoderms set into thick calcified skin. With their far more erect posture, ictus hunt the smaller geoliths, those they are able to pin down or slow with their talons before raining down shattering strikes into its quarry. Though, when it comes to size and predators, there is one king. Lithoprimo rex, the largest of this genus, was the undisputed apex predator of any open territory in South America 15 million years ago, with heights reaching 3.5 metres at the head in a neutral posture and lengths up to 9 metres, a true giant. Though this creature needed to be giant given the prey it was hunting. Most commonly, they're descendants of the leaf scoopers Pholium acutus and Pholium scutus. The avian respiratory system allowed for a surprisingly efficient endurance hunting style for these huge beasts. They would chase down prey, harrying them until an opening presents itself large enough for Lithoprimo rex to score crushing bites to bring down all but the largest geolith grazers. One of the most common geoliths of the time, Pholium scutus, began to see development of their rostrum, morphing into a large shield-like protrusion, able to easily endure the predation attempts by its smaller predators, and even deter the largest Lithoprimo birds. This enlarged frill structure, in addition to defence, was utilised to strip trees of bark. Whether this is for an additional food source, marking territory, removing parasites, or some other purpose entirely, is largely unknown. The shield-like faces of these geoliths saw a great level of diversity, likely used in displays for territory and mates, in addition to the defensive benefits of such biological equipment. The larger of the two species, scutum, reached lengths of 7 metres and weights of over 3 tonnes. Another example of gigantism occurring throughout South American fauna of this time. The closely related Pholium acutus, while not developing such large scutum structures or growing quite to the sizes of their heavier cousins, were formidable in their own right. With lengths around 5.5 metres and weights of just over 2 tonnes, their bulk was a serious threat to most predators, though it was their spiked protrusions that caused the most troubles, some extending up to 1 metre or 3 feet from acutus's hide. Another predator of this day are the Thylacosmilus. These creatures, already wielding deadly saber-like teeth, used their intelligence and pack structures to bring down the large fauna of this time, wearing prey down with slashes and bites to their rear as other members of the pack distract the dangerous fronts of animals. Though numbers alone could not maintain this genus's survival, they also went through phyletic gigantism, growing much bulkier and growing larger even than the much later Smilodon populator, just so that they could hunt their prey and survive. In a world with such huge dangerous beasts, not fighting is often the best option. It seems that Thylacosmilus magnus evolved a mane likely to intimidate both predators and other magnus individuals, using display to end conflict before fighting could even cause injury. This bold mane would have also been used in sexual selection, as a prospective partner would be able to tell the fitness of an individual based on the size and vibrancy of their mane. Taking their thick hides to the extreme are the Terrarmis genus. Originally mistaken as part of the Terracanth clade, these geolith hides are so thickly set with osteoderm protrusions that they give the appearance of a shell, though they are much closer in relation to the Folium genus than any Terracanth lineage. While smaller in size than Folium scutus and acutus, generally only reaching 5 meters in length, Terrarmis are walking tanks, weighing as much or even more than 5 to 6 tons, depending on an individual's osteoderm layering. These squat beasts use their incredibly heavy armour not only in defence, but as a weight, allowing them to wade into rivers and stay submerged to feed on the rich alluvial silt in the river basins, fed by rainforest runoff. The final beast to cover today is the titan known as Fulgardentis tempestus, named as such for its reverberating steps that mimic the rolling thunder of a rumbling tempest. The largest geolith of the time that we know of, this genus, while already huge, will give rise to the only true rivals to sauropods for the crown of largest animal ever, especially when it comes to weight. Tempestus itself reached around 6 meters at the shoulder and a length of over 10 meters, though its weight was where it gained its true titan status, with the largest adult individuals regularly exceeding 30 tons. These creatures seem to have been lonely wanderers of the South American plains, feeding primarily on the earth churned up by their great strength, though it seems they may have also had some aquatic tendencies, wading into rivers to feed upon the numerous microscopic river dwellers and suspended silts where nutrient density was poor in the soils.